Alright guys, we are back on Sky Factory, and let me just say, things are going great. Actually, things are going so great that, look at this, full, 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 full. If we come over here, oh my goodness. And there's just so much storage everywhere. This is the only one that's not full. Full, I guess relatively empty. But look at all this. There's just kind of nuts. That one's fairly empty, but that's because it takes forever to get all this going. And this one's full, and that one's full. You just have all this stuff and nowhere to put it. Now, that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to get the storage stuff going. In fact, I've already started the process a little bit because it's a little bit different than last time, but we did this on the live stream. We needed power to be able to do this. So we basically got this whole thing going for ourselves. It's full of lava. Look at this thing. It's running fast. So we're basically going to hook all this up. We're going to have to bring our pickaxe down here for that. And then we're going to connect generators. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this. I'm thinking maybe I'll just bring pipes all the way over here because we'll end up putting more crucibles there. And then the power or the lava would flow out of there. I want it to be able to keep expanding that way. So maybe I'm going to do this. Just take these out. I think I have 4 generators. And the lava would just come over here and connect. I think that's what I want to do. Now, if I put it in the middle, obviously it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to have to bring it all the way over here and then connect that way. So there will be pipes right here to connect to the lava generators. Now those lava generators then will create tons of power for us. So let's go up and grab the lava generators and also create some of the storage stuff. Now it's going to be a super simple storage process, but I figure let's just go crazy with it because I'm going to go crazy with putting stuff in it. So I've already created some of the stuff. It used to be called an EMI system. There's our lava generators for ourselves. Where's a pickaxe? Beautiful. So it's now called refined storage, but it works exactly the same way with one additional thing of soldering. So the solderer actually helps you be able to connect the stuff together. And so it needs to be connected to the controller. And let's see, we also are going to need to make a grid. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of grids, crafting patterns, and fluids. We're just going to start with the original one. So we're going to have to make these, which is what we need the soldering for. So let's jump down here real quick. What else are we going to need? We're going to eventually need to make the disk drive. The disk drive looks like this. Again, we need these advanced processors, which require the solderer again. So basically you just put some stuff in there and then it solders it all together, which will just take some time, which is okay. We also need, let's see, transfer pipes. Here we go. And then the last thing we'll need is to create the disk storage. Now I'm not going to do it like I've done before where I create one but then don't use it. I'm just going to go straight to 64 right away. The reason for that is when you store stuff in a disk drive, it's really hard to get it out of the drive once you put it in there. So I figure let's just bypass that process and we'll make it start with the 64 kilobytes right away. So I'll get okay. Let's extend this down a little bit more. Beautiful. I'm always worried because this back wall wasn't here and I almost died once. So there. And now these should be charging up. I'll probably end up putting like this here in between because then it would be able to fill up and then we could, if need be, just kind of connect it to those. I don't think that would be too bad. And then how's the power doing? So that's there. It's probably filling up this first one, second one, third one's going, the fourth one just doesn't get to it yet, which is fine. That's okay. So let's go ahead and we'll probably just start from this first one to set it up. The storage unit itself, we're going to kind of make a little awkward. We're going to have it floating. I think since that's the way to get down for now, let's do here. And the controller I'm putting here. The solder I'm putting here. And now we just need to power these. So that's what the solder looks like. This is what the controller looks like. And then we'll have to create some more things. So let me start the soldering process going, since I don't want to use up a ton of time waiting for the soldering to go. I'll get the components ready for us and then we'll go from there. So give me just 1 minute. So a quick jump just to kind of give you an understanding of how much stuff this requires. We need these. We need a ton of silicon, which is all of those for silicon where you do quartz into silicon, and then the silicon will then be processed down into additional printed silicon. So we're gonna have to smelt all those again for probably the top half. And then we need these printed basic circuits from iron. So a ton of smelting going on. This is probably gonna take a few minutes for me to do, which is why I don't want you guys to sit here and be bored by this process. So I'm gonna keep going with this. Tons of iron, tons of nether quartz. You also need, let me see if I can put these in here. You also need to have, oh, you can't? Oh, come on, I thought you could. You need this, where is that? Quartz enriched iron. Oh, no, you can. Oh, it's a ton of iron with a quartz. So a ton of iron and a bunch of quartz really is what makes up this entire process. So I'm glad that I have all of this. I'm glad that I have all of this because I'm going to use it all very, very quickly. So I'm going to get back to it. All right, so we are heading down here. I have so much stuff that I have no inventory space left. We need to, first of all, get this some power. So we got to create some cables. So let's just do a whole stack of these cables. That's good enough. Push everything back in. Beautiful. Now we're just going to take from this one for now. And I realize that this is actually we're going to take some of these away, which is okay. All right, is it going to generate power for us? Did we do it right? We didn't do it right. So we actually have the cable itself. Oh no, what did we do wrong? All right, so we have, first of all, I had to create some of these conductive iron, couple them with the energy binders because we need to get a whole bunch of more energy conduits to power this thing down here. I've got my crafting table down here. So let's go ahead and hook this up because we're going to need this solder. Get this all the way over here. One more. There we go. Hey, we've got power. Sweet. So now we need to solder. And the first thing I would like to do is to get this disk drive going. We got enough stuff that our inventory is just nearly at capacity as it is. Let's see. That doesn't seem right. Huh. So if I have those three things, then that creates that. If I do it in the soldering, and if I do it in the crafting, it's just those two things. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and I have enough to make it this way. Do I not have redstone? I gotta go get redstone. Well, that was kind of silly of me. Come all the way down here without any kind of redstone. It's like a huge component of this entire process. All right, let's grab this. Jump back down. See, this whole up, down, everywhere kind of thing I want to just kind of eliminate, which I think is what this will do. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of these. You see that I'm kind of going to excess. That's on purpose because you're going to need them over... Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need to go to excess. Let's create this one, and then I'm going to stop it on purpose. Actually, I need one more, don't I? And then is it this? Was that it? Nope. Oh, the printed silicon. There we go. And then I get those three things put together, it creates that, and then I can come over here, and for the sake of giving myself inventory space, let's do that. No, that's not right. I need to do that and that. Alright, so I got two of those. Beautiful. I'm going to stick this here just so it's on my system. Alright, so let's put this one. So here's my thoughts. We're going to kind of go crazy with the amount of drives that we have. So because I'm expecting to go crazy with this, I almost want to just do it like this. Let's see. So it gets power. But then we'll need to connect it with a cable, which I have some made upstairs. This should be easy enough. So we'll connect it with the cable, but which one was it in? I think it was this one. Yeah, there it is. So now it'll have power, it'll be connected to the controller, and we can go ahead and start making some disks. But then we would just make this all along here and kind of go nuts with the disk drives. Cool. So we got that going. So now we need to make some disk drives. So we need to be making this, which I have enough of. And because we're making 1 times 3 is 3, times 3 is 9, that's for this one, times 3 is this one, times 3, so 1, 3, 9, 27. That's how many of these I need. So I'm going to make 27 of these, because why not? You'll kind of making sense why I created so many. So that creates that. I've got glass and I've got this. So I need one of those. Oh no, I don't need to create that at all. Scratch that. That would have been a waste of resources. So I need to create one of these, which then will be 3 times 3. So I need 9 of these. I need the basic processors, so we're gonna have to go crazy with the basic processors. Oops. So I think I'm gonna have this running for a little bit in the solder, because I'm just gonna make 64 of them. I'm gonna jump off here for just a minute to let this just go nuts with this. Oh, I only grabbed, that doesn't seem, oh, I only have 35 redstone. We may have to end up creating more of these, but we can at least work our way up to the next level. So I might not have need as much glass as I had. That's okay. We can always use glass later. And it's not going to be like we're making only one of these drives, because that 64 drive can fit 8 of those in here. So we're eventually going to make 8 of them, but we just need 1 for now. So I'm going to let this go for a minute. That shows everything that's connected to it. We got enough RS. How are we doing on power? Everything's perfect, and that's assuming we don't use this power, or this power. Very good. Cool. Yeah, we'll just let this run. I'll jump right back here in just a minute. Alright, so we've got all of our processors made. I went ahead and just made all of them. I did, let's see, 64 of those. 31 of these because we won't need as many of these, and then 64 of these as well. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the disk drive itself. We got one of those. Clearly don't need that many. Now we are going to have to, oh, we've already made one of these, duh. We're going to make a second one. Excellent. Do those not connect to power? Now I'm confused. Maybe they don't actually connect to power. I might have to look into this a little bit. Anyways, so we got all of those now. Let's make the 1K, no. Let's make the 1K storage. So we got 27 of them. Maybe that's good enough. Let's make the 3K then. We'll just make all of those. And then we'll make all of these. And then immediately we're at 64K. All right, I didn't do this wrong. Good. And then we have this. We make one of those. And bada bing, bada boom. We should have, we got a blue light. So that's good. That's so cool. It even has the texture there where it's sticking out a little bit. So we should be good. We have a disk drive. We actually have two disk drives that are working. And now we need to make the grid. Now we can do the crafting grid, which makes sense. Why wouldn't we want to do that? But let's make the grid itself first. Oh, we need to do one of those. I don't have any cords down here. Let's jump upstairs, grab that. I didn't even realize that that was a thing. We'll need a crafting table anyways. So let's see. The wood is over here now, which is by the quartz, coincidentally. Grab one wood. We'll make the crafting table. Beautiful. Make this. Beautiful. And then we got to make one of those. Machine casing, just one. Oh, and a glowstone one. Interesting. I love how they have just these new little things. Now it doesn't have to be like over the top. Cool. So then we want to do basic processor with this. Is that it now? Oops. Let's go over here. Got one. So now we have our grid. And we want to do a crafting grid. So we got one of those. That's okay. So we can now just make the crafting grid. Excellent. So another thing that we'll have to do, and I want to do this on the live stream because there's no reason to try to do all this here, is output that stuff down here to the storage system. Output that stuff right there down here to the storage system, or maybe just move that down here. I don't know. But try to make it easy. All right, so we put this here. It has power. Let's see if we can put stuff in there. We can. Guys, we did it. We did a thing. Cool. We can officially house all this stuff. And it's all being stored right here. It's being processed right here. We can solder all the stuff here. We can craft stuff. We can put our patterns in here with our grid, fluid grid in there as well. Oh, it is a good day. It is a good day. I love this. And so I'm probably going to just extend that and go as far as I can. But before we do that, I think we need to make another one of these crafting grids to put up there so we can access all that. Because can we just take it out? Yes. So I think I'm going to do that off stream or off camera. Just take that all the way up, build a little hole up there, have the crafting table, so you don't have to keep going up and down on that thing. So I think I'm going to do that here in just a minute. But that's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. Bye.